Think back to the last time someone underestimated you. Not years ago, just the last time someone dismissed your opinion, overlooked your effort, or treated you as if you didn't matter. What happened after that? Maybe the situation slowly fell apart once you stepped away. Maybe the truth surfaced without you needing to defend yourself. Maybe another opportunity appeared that ended up being far better than the one you thought you had lost. If you've noticed that happen more than once, don't ignore it. There are patterns in life that only become obvious when you stop looking at isolated moments. Sometimes every attempt to push you below your true value is followed by a quiet correction. Not immediately, but eventually. What is unfairly lowered has a tendency to rise again. This isn't about revenge, it's about balance. If life has already corrected smaller moments where you were underestimated, then perhaps this season isn't asking you to invent hope. Perhaps it's asking you to recognize a pattern that has been quietly repeating all along. History is full of things that were ignored when they first appeared. Films that became classics after disappointing at release. Albums that barely received attention until years later. Inventors whose ideas were mocked before changing the world. The first opinion was loud, but it wasn't the final one. That's because timing and recognition don't always arrive together. People often assume that whatever is valuable will be appreciated immediately. Reality tells a very different story. Some of the greatest ideas, creations, and people spent years being overlooked before others finally understood what they were looking at. The first verdict is often the least accurate. Maybe that's why you shouldn't measure your worth by how quickly other people recognize it. Every person who misunderstands you creates a story in their own mind. They take a few moments, a few mistakes, or a few difficult seasons and quietly decide, this is who they are. The problem is that stories only survive while nothing challenges them. The moment your life begins moving in a different direction, those old conclusions become harder and harder to defend. The person they called incapable keeps succeeding. The person they dismissed keeps growing. The one they expected to stay stuck quietly becomes someone they no longer recognize. The truth doesn't have to argue with a lie. It only has to outlive it. That is